200, 150, 200 now.
Say last time no first day no munya. They were caught off guard.
They okay.
It's no munya 500.
Yeah.
Say no I didn't cry mom so benya.
Obechu
be cry. Because we na dom so.
Okay.
And today I'm finding say first day no munya 500. Even if we go at that rate, it will take 60 years to deport them.
60 years now will be open.
See, that is the point I'm making, sir.
Okay.
Trump and Sam Kekano. On can say Nania brace obeyo. I just political gimmicks.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Also obey. Let me give you another example. Also obecha birthright citizenship. Do you know the most absurd thing any president in this world has done? Say obefa executive instrument as sign say would you be a constitutional guarantee mu birthright citizenship. He passed an executive order to
cancel
birthright citizenship. It is the 14th amendment of the US Constitution. And we know say constitution
is supreme.
It is supreme to everything.
Yeah.
And that's why, and you think he doesn't have lawyers who know that? They know it. But also here, now democracy they go court. Now I can say Trump then go
or try it.
And I you. So it is just political games nowadays.
Oh yeah.
And play. And sir, a mass deportation here. I don't know. First of all, the problem itself, the problem of mass deportation itself, has started very poorly to begin with.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't even be thinking about say how will it affect us, because what the infant said nipa 10 crown over 500 more Ghanaians. What the infant is nipa 10 says a local crown 200 bill. Because 10 our man and almost our coachy woman. And it's no baby and for you my coachy woman be and go bill. So and besides that, do you know that they are trying to deploy them in military aircrafts? How many of that can you deploy to every country? You can't do that.
You can't.
You cannot do that. You can't deploy them to every military aircraft. And in your own laws, no. So obi etna a friend say baby for more than 10 years. Well, you should ties with
the home country.
Yeah. And some of these people have been there for over 20 years.
Yeah.
And therefore they are stateless.
But they still have an origin. They have a home country.
Yes, but it doesn't mean say.
Yeah.
The point is that once a woman wakotna Ivory Coast for 10 years no.
Yeah.
It means that you are not a friend say you have lost ties with Ghana.
Yeah.
And and now Ivory Coast also see empower. Not just a wood and who is a rim. They make out here. And like I said, the success of this Trump policy, it has a problem to begin with. And Nadia, if you say, okay, but the price tag of this policy and at the number of a year, say in Rome, sir, immigration workers already know there are 85,000 of them.
85,000.
Yes, and no more exist. Sir, 85,000. It makes sense to use them to go after the criminals now. Rather, fentanyl and deporting people who are inside because you are trying to solve a fentanyl problem. Doesn't make any sense. It's counterproductive. Why am I saying that? Because you should rather focus your attention on shutting the border. Because none of the fentanyl factories exist in US soil. They don't produce them there. They bring it from Mexico. So if you shut the border and you make issues at the border very tighter, you prevent the cartels from bringing the thing in.
Okay.
And that is rather the solution.
So you don't think that Trump a deportation there?
Was started.
Yeah.
But the success of it in the economy.
Okay.
It's just a political gimmick which will play to his base. Say a friend say on the you will try.
Yeah.
And like I told you, it will be a crazy president who will take an executive instrument and sign say wabani birthright citizenship because it is a constitutional provision. And before you can do that in US law, you need to test majority of Congress. You also need to test of the local legislations in the various states. So 50 of them,
which is entrenched.
Take a place like Florida.
Yeah.
Florida is Republican. It hasn't gone Democrat since Obama.
Yeah.
So it is Republican. Florida Republicans no crano it will be politically suicidal. See a best side with you. Why? Because a lot of Puerto Ricans now they are doing Florida no. 120 years. Florida, Florida, it will be difficult for you to support such a.
Even though so we it
tells you say political leaning states crown. And yeah, and it is dead on arrival. Let me say interview no and say the judge no was biased. And you know he knows say it will. He will succeed. He's appealing it. Across Supreme Court, I'm waiting to see how biased a Supreme Court will be. Rebecca say a fundamental, commonsensical thing in law said the Constitution is supreme. No, which Supreme Court in this world? So I'm meeting the camera because I said Ghana is Supreme Court because I'm my well, it is such a fundamental, commonsensical. Your friend say in law, say the Constitution is supreme, and the extent to which any law contradicts the Constitution, that law is null and void. So and you know, I think that I don't think it is something that would better citizenship. And Madam Cry, you are better citizenship. People who are born here say, I want me no free Ghana, as they say. And I say, Obani is saying Ghana. Now say, US. No, be a next month. Sa Kowana Yawono. All right. So be a citizen or be president or US.
Yes.
So
even though the mother is undocumented.
A constitutional guarantee, 14th Amendment. And on Nanchino, Sabi, so naturalize here. Ghana now naturalize here. Near more US. Where they won't be any president to that constitution. And to one more cherish sa birthright more. Sabi, America and a chrono here says that say when China through Ohio, will be a woman one of fee. Throughout your life, no, you be so free here. You Chicago, because of me free Illinois. You New York, New Jersey, because of me free New Jersey. Sano, that is their orientation. So I think that I don't believe, sir, it will gain any traction. You know, in the coming days.
Right. My member, Frank Frimpong, on communications director national at Demagum. No pay baby and shall dear free no Trump, the mass deportation. I wash see any him the number of Ghanaians or more US. I mean, bring I am Shishomo. Griffiths or Trump or Bobo. Good morning, Mammy Tio.
Yeah, been here, Medasi. MC the council action, senior. It's about the third time I hear. And basically, no, I don't think I have much to say to what he's already said. He said it all. Because anything that is constitutionally established, no, cannot be easily overtaken by law. So I say, the constitution is there. Says he automatically he becomes a national. So becoming a president, then using the executive instruments, be changing or outright, no, any in any case, because Dr. Kabibri, me turning it down to Yang Ghana Haya. Yaomi or Ghana Ha, my Baba Ghanaian. Maybe a President Mahama Baye or say Unimse mean chief Bia Burkina Faso and Nigeria. So will be used to executive instruments. Now I then Ghana. The constitution does not allow it. So I believe, say humbly, we don't need to even waste much time on it. Meaning at the mechanical. We have more things to say.
Ghana for worry. There is a 7-member committee. Mampenyi Afome say ye Babe share Yensika 7 National Economic Dialogue or share what the manifesto num and during the campaign so bar or bit sisa but your kui amometimi a shishi amount for town hall meetings now for the true state of the economy or masha one key thing so yes on bit ma build a robust homegrown economic policy yɛn fa yɛn ho toto aman beef so woman fiscal man you gay ni lesbian man ya yɛ mamuska also it may build a robust economy based on local policies are betting developing sani pay no more koye na wohwemu owura Ishmael Yamson ono was so panyifo bebre owura Dr. Gachi ene omomaka yen hwɛ sa committee no eno na ye hwɛ se betting aboy sikasem.
Okay, me Santia mechanic say him say the expected growth of any nation in terms of developmental progress and prosperity, largely depends on the strength and resilience of its economy.
Right.
Say, say, oh my Ghana be but before this happens, this country must be owned by 8 people through the leadership.
Okay.
Medeba 7-member committee.
Exactly.
Before this thing that I said can be established, we must first own Ghana. Now the question is, do we own Ghana? Do Ghanaians own Ghana as we speak? Ohene waba yejine tum na agenda said to reset Ghana.
Yeah.
And part of it in any setting up this wonderful committee.
Okay.
Do we own Ghana? I don't think we own Ghana. Since the fall of Nkrumah's regime, Ghanaians has never owned Ghana.
Okay.
And why is Frank saying this? Yeah, but can you say IMF air control? Maybe you say IMF some be buana ya prepare or ya manage 2025 budget.
Right.
And how can a country, a sovereign nation, be an institution outside and excel the obey? So the first question is, do we own Ghana? Because this dialogue here, it is in the right direction. It's a very good thing we're initiating. But the first question is, do we own Ghana? This question needs to be, and maybe Dr. Griffith will help me. Do we own Ghana? Because to me.
So we are Ghanaians. Constitution say yen no man ye dia. Yen pen no more ebu.
Literal. Literally, Ghana is for Ghanaians.
Okay.
But practically, it is not.
Why?
Why? Yen GDP. Yen accrue like every month. Yitimika say, oh, we've gotten about 30.5 billion.
Okay.
Cedis GDP. But Ube Komuno, na private investors, private company owners, almost 27 point something billion but calculate the GDP as a country, this is how much we got.
Because the production happens here.
Very
but
good.
Then the money is
not ours.
Exported outside.
That's what I'm asking. Do we own Ghana? As we speak, how many percentage of shareholders do we have as Ghanaians? Yanko gold production, how many shares do we have? What is the percentage? Yanko oil drilling, how many do we have? Even Yanko cocoa cry you producing in this country, how many percentage comes to us as Ghanaians?
Gold.
Yes.
The oil.
Your bauxite, your diamond, your manganese, all this put together. GDP. We own Ghana. So, for me to come back to this issue, I want this question to be answered.
Yeah.
Do we own Ghana? Because we can't plan for Ghana if we don't own Ghana.
Exactly.
So I think I'll leave it here for Dr. Gray to come in. I'll come back.
Right. But say Obesaya Baso. So if you're not doc, you want to start from Mr. Frempo Horon or say you design a policy now homegrown for our economy. No. First of all, we must own Ghana. A 7-member committee on national economic dialogue.
Okay. Throw more light on the point I keep saying, sir, there's nothing Ghanaian about the Ghanaian economy. And I think that's the point he's trying to make, sir.
Yeah.
There's nothing Ghanaian about the Ghanaian economy.
How?
Reason why I'm saying that is that In our economy, the major players, most of them are foreign owned. Now, the problem is that say Odidja, na say Onya 10 cities. Onya 10 cities.
Yes.
Na mfasoni 10 cities. Or the move 9 cities ebeko.
Yes.
The krum. So you can look at all the sectors.
Oh,
look
the foreign investors.
Yes, the investors.
Okay.
Look at the major the mining sector.
Yeah.
Sikana omoye kakrabi ena kagana ho. Bebre na omde ya na omde ko.
Oil sector.
And no cry that the effect no cry is not as bad as the telecom, financial, those sectors, because those ones they are producing the raw material and exporting.
Yeah.
But the telecom sector, all the major players are what? They are foreigners. Only 10 cities, not the 9 cities, or $600 and what they are doing. Or they are called. And so how do you stabilize your currency under such circumstances? So it is important to have, that's why the economic dialogue, they are talking about having a resilient economy.
Yeah.
So which means that I expect them to address issues of repatriation of profit by foreign firms. Let me counter say, I expect that to happen. Look at the financial sector. Local banks, strong local banks. So say Nigerian banks are in any play in our economy more. Let me counter say, on the headquarters for Nigeria. And in accounting, say maybe consolidation.
Yeah.
They have to what? Even the figures ground personally is not quoted in Ghana cedis. Let me count here. It is their home base.
Their current.
When you profit or export, you repatriate the profit to its and as Ghana our policies, our licenses, all these people are also being licensed by us. So our licensing regime should be such that the company and yet at least be assisted and that's 70% owned by Ghanaians. We don't have to accept it. It is important we take these bold steps. Say, look, those who are playing in our economy, say open a year, go and float shares and let Ghanaians buy to a certain percentage before we will license you further. Let me also say this. Talk about that. The financial sector. There is no developed country in this world without a vibrant financial market.
Okay.
There must be a fair and transparent means for the surplus units to give their surplus money to deficit units.
Yeah.
So that they can develop, because such small business, that is what grows the economy. Look at Ghana. And you haven't noticed this trend. Let me tell you something today. Probably it is something that people will not comfortably talk about. Through businesses in Ghana. Instead of the company America, my former company, Tap Africa, right? Company via America is established. Tap Africa.
Okay.
And the objective is to tap resources from Africa, not friends, the one that would deprive us.
Yeah.
But the one that would make us say company by the laws of the United States, I have to go public. Now, Ojo Mensa say, acquire business idea you good and there's strict regulation.
Yeah.
Ghana Hano say company need you. Do you know what they do? They form a bank.
Oh.
No, look at it. I don't want to name names. Name names. A lot of banks could collapse here. Look at them. Or school, or way. In order to mobilize capital, no form bank. Or form bank now. He's engaging in the least risk transaction.
Risk free.
Risk free.
Yeah.
He doesn't know, sir. So that on the cost stock market now, he has to pay risk premium. There has to be risk premium. He has to pay dividend to people.
Yeah.
And by so doing, and also he will pay risk premium. But to a former bank, innocent people just rush and bring money to
Oh no, what they try stay afloat.
Yes.
But most danger.
It's eventually that money, and there are some existing. That's why I don't want to mention names. But so, I think we need to look at our financial sector very well.
Okay.
The dialogue on the economy, I am hoping, say it will expose these fundamental problems. Say fundamental problems. Say how do we create a vibrant financial market? Emma say usika, you 10,000 from Angel. Na say almost 6,000 penny here, 4,000 akanu. Ultimately ko baby ko invest here. Na a protected. Now obiso to me gada for 4,000 sa ditimidia adwuma year. Then we are deceiving ourselves.
Okay.
And also, what happens to the licensing regimes na wahano? Are we going to be bold and say before we can grant you license for telecom or before we can grant you license for you need to be certain percentage owned by Ghanaians.
Right.
All these things must take effect.
Okay.
And I believe that the economic dialogue room. Now, to talk about it in general, let me say, it is nothing but a different form of stakeholder engagement.
Okay.
That's all it is. We have a constitution now. We travel the whole country. The Gigi will be and the boy crying say teachers near a policy on them. We just didn't sit down to write a policy. We engage the teacher unions. So we engage all of them, take their input and look at it and say, okay, if you say we say never boy, we never boy, they are the professionals. And they are also professionals or teachers from normal furnace and researching
Obibeka's committees here and also your Guzitan or how 24-hour economy, your presidential special advisor on economy sector, your finance minister. Why you manifesto our collecting all these views out there building why you want to become the president and where you want the economy to go. Why then another committee? The manifesto. Yeah.
It is all inside. Say bye. Okay. 24-hour economy is a flagship policy.
Okay.
You don't mean can say 24-hour economy Yeah, Jayama. It has to have. We need a certain set of people to have a laser eye focus. On that particular policy because that's our flagship policy.
Right.
So me say the finance minister should handle it and as a advisor on finance should handle it.
Okay.
It needs a separate body to handle that.
Okay.
This economic dialogue, I think, is this about the third time we have had this? I think JM Nankasa Yeb Senchi.
Yes, Senchi.
Never John President Mills Yebi.
Yeah.
On say MPP for no munya yebi. So I'm doing me bia. I'm doing me bia. So I'm here bia adwene. But ye dear, ye pese twa adwene. They said they constitution consultative assembly 1.42 ye market women nyina no maka ho. So I think that on say political talk show the 1 point kakra nye.
So no way away.
It's my problem from. I think that it is nothing but a stakeholder engagement.
Okay.
What is so good about stakeholder engagement is when you take people's views, say me hear something on broadcasting. My buy engine no ma bedin kopo. Asma mo kan ma tra to ho. Mako bia se policy no eba out. And as a set of policies no eba out. Angel for fee say ade ekura no yen yadwene ka ho. And they own it. It adds to the success of those policies. And I think that quite apart from the ideas that you will get, very rich ideas are because you say, Sabe, Nyansa Nidia, and you pack for so Nyansa na ubenya all over the country now. About our shape policy to form your resilient economy. Quite apart from that, the people will also have some sense of ownership. To those policies. And we implement here. Now or say,
ideas.
And see a boy money day. Very good.
Mame enko lawyer ho. lawyer KK Sebe, a member of the MPP. Lawyer, Economic Dialogue Planning Committee, Dr. Ishmael Yamson, Dr. K.Y. Mwako, Professor John Gachi, Mohammed Samara, Nelly Mirekuni, Anthony Saponi, and the Graft Ejir. These are the team. Oshe Omo, President Planning Committee, among 4 weeks, agenda setting, comprehensive agenda, I be aligning with the objectives of the net, and also to identify and invite experts in economic and sessions on Beye, also on building a very robust economy based on Ghana local content and economy reliant on foreign donors and President Mahama what time for sign
Unia Sadik Medasi na mecha panel members momu inachi any yetifo ni ahefo nyina Donald Trump now can asem anopay Donald Trump okotena efie mfie 9
yeah
obaye ne hihya ya odi gu akwan mu so obeye nneomo so be no ade anchi na o hyase
okay
I don't want to dwell so much in the constitutionality of say your canobit me aye but me enfe ni agro eno momu die because the 14th amendment ni mo if you read it well when you some 2-3 letters be evumu a eno no gina so dey de ode ye no that's where the challenge will come from but I don't think he will succeed.
Okay.
Yeva President Mahama ekotena fie mfie nwotwe you see enye bra ye de akwa na ma no afi na obeji adwenkyere wo na me bra Kwame Griffith sana me de me friend no bra Kwame o say MPP for the yempe adwenkyere enti NDC for pen yes ade na MPP nye ni refi ebra na na do danko Akufo-Addo opposition leader for 8 years no ade na all ye ni say yakaya ko bibi no say friend listening to Oko part 1, echo part 2. When you are in opposition, hona oko ekoko tietie from these committees ade ya onyo nyina nti wo ba dia na wo be adwuma. But here is the case afei mo me ekwa akwaje adwenkyere na obisa kwaje mi se na owo brede senchi adwenkyere na eye den eno Yewra John Dramani Mahama na yeye yefre said na me nua bra kwa me so Kenya atamos nso jebi eno nso so akwakosi himfa on the constitution reforms bi by say sabe foforo ate na kasa ye desa Donald Trump by o implementing na ma me hu se ampa or the next from o ye adwuma ye de afeni ye kwakwaje adwenkyere a ye de beba be ye adwuma men kasa adwenkyere ne nye eye
yeah
team nso a wa form no nso no omo ye strong omo ni mu de enye so ya ade na say eye papa na because of politics there be nkanfo eye papa na mmom mi susu say efie nwotwe na okotena efie no koye den edinti na say fetu mi ne ma wo economy na aka say obeye no edinti na aka say asai na wo na ba be ni na chese na wo ni nyina so ana waka Donald Trump say me ba wa wonya America ni bia no me mo asa ko back wa hyase onwa restore mu onwa personally o they one day to no mu ka ho and mo second crofo I know it will be difficult but he will succeed in a way
to start ahoye
but ye de kasa no edoso enti eyade na se nkoma dwene mi o ma bebre hu odem ansa no mo de but see I think say Mini Griffith said there is nothing Ghanaian about the Ghanaian community now. I think say wako too far. But there is also something Ghanaian. We should be proud of what we are doing so that we can build on that.
Their mandate is to fix it.
Exactly. And that is what we should look at. You see, but two be fair, we say stronger banks be honoma MPP for ban a yanum be good. No, why we say some Kenya no cre. If we say so State of the Nation addresser ye man panyin John Dramani Mahama or dem ma ye ansa na ofri akonya so 2016 na ono kwa kan say ye banks ni bebre ayemre totofom na owe so ono akradra di sika ehye omu senke be yanka banks mbesa apeja and this ye nia Griffith eka sa asem dia no be so che say sika na John Dramani ma di chi mu no na hu ya because no omo ya ade dada omo strong banks I know say John Mahama na onye sa enya sa na say sika no be ko fine no omo nchire yen you see and some of the issues we agree say yes yen hwe economy no na yen only about 60% some yen 100% crank ye but the reset na ye reset na ma yen no buga reset to say the ebikosi obuase and now wo ha yesi abechi we abefa we eti de obehu an say say wa wonye Ghanaian bia they say no committee abaya fit ya shake bibi 80% untimi afri nako okwa hwan na ekwa yesi adwuma no enti yen reset no yen Ghana for nyina so yen reset yen attitude and our mentality.
Okay,
it is not just a committee bi na okwa tenase no prepare bibi abana de akoyenim yen mindset say obitimi yetimi kase abaya adwuma de ye twene fom yen fa nsoa private wa say ni pakro na oye adwuma wa abaya adwuma o twe abaya adwuma fom okọ adwuma yen pon na okọ na oti office de opebia no sa ni pakro na so de ne kwa America se sie ye adwuma obebo no no enya adwuma ketwa enti a mentality na say certain anya sa these committees are yatetie ya resetting ye den ye kwa ha ye kosenchi na ye friend say budget ni wana
oh say ya mo adwuma
senchi dia no me question na me bi say e wo hinfa
times have changed maybe
yes but senchi dia na wo hinfa you see you have to get some basis na dia ko wanim enti no wo hinfa
but one thing I mean hunu ha me nim say also only omoya adwen say or see they should communicate the true state of Ghana's economy to stakeholders and the people of Ghana.
You see Mimia
afena
economy no the true state of economy yenya etiano you will feel it. You see that at the end question no it all light no who clearly say just agenda setting.
Oh
yes, I'm telling the truth. Let us know the true state of any finance minister Okroma your friend is saying transitional team ama ya hand over amom it is will be the true state of the economy and why be who no my hand over amom
the indicators are there
so why do you form a committee now asem wa can we say omom ye who the true state brana be go MPP ani ase asem nyina no
oh
that's it. Go and tell us the true state when na
true state here then go be
no na true state no win dada you know it's a way you be find say okay we mo there omuni mu de asuma si de on say you dey Dramani Mahama esi so dala edini si so no 1 hour crama and the now energy minister e ka say within 5 hours your machines Ghana ha you be shut down
John Jinapo
because fuel in the on mine within 5 hours and the mine I'm a meeting I am mama say we meeting not 24 hours square no meeting as any num kenya all state or the mine that John Mahama see so
right
or be painting picture to no the atro omo farm no omo dey ba no me ba to aba be dra na emedu ye na say da so da kenya mu eti omo ye nipa bia omo betimi atu futu aguani na that aspect now reading there now no ayi wo mu say John Jinapo be kan obi anyi ntum because NDC no be propaganda no mo ye kofa professional mo fa true state so are they telling they don't know the true state of the economy that cannot be true eti ma omo me use way ye reset ya nyina reset ne enko na mom say omo be ye ne sa kwan we say so say ye be go obi anu asawu na ye nim say January kran po de nke ma studio you say must do you mo kwan na at least omo resetting no mo nya adwuma na so baby omo start free with John Jinapo no na enye propaganda no si anhwe ye ni antensi from ni na omo ya mecheche nsemu anche Ghana fo a 1 month betwam 2 months betwam no ma ye che say do so de ni okra no maka
okay
enti NDC can some there to me emfa no trasa akwa
right mame embra na ye nkohwe said the ekoso ewo Kenya sisia ye EU meeting ekoso no na ki eye mampanyi kwaye ofa so koye the whole of last week na ye presidential jet and omunya be ba odi o omo ba so di mo enti no e na aka no ye 1 minute
I'm say me na give us only 1 minute
no ma mienu na pesa meka
yes
there's nothing wrong with stakeholder engagement.
Okay.
To be honest with you, MPP4 have not held some on the economy, but on the economy as a broader.
Yeah.
But on the falling of the city, if you remember, they did something like that.
Yeah.
Good. And also so no. Say ufa.
Now CD4 no how many cars say mo ko fa do house abebo mpaye no.
For the no make
this is a question.
It's not a policy.
This is a question. Just stakeholder.
My business performance is spiritual. Okay. Spiritual no.
So na say angel for so mo munia Kofi Adoma Nwanwani and President Mahama and ni kodi nkoma oka say ni efra mani spiritually ni efra wani e ka say man
spirit no
is John Mahama where dey John Mahama yes secretary
there be John Mahama dey say o pa che say na arrogance no ya let me put it this way Tinapo asemo kan he is not wrong.
Okay.
There are various ways with which there are 4 ways with which you fuel thermal plants.
We different topic.
30 seconds. Oh, now what he is trying to say is when it comes to your friend said so either say what the your friend say natural gas and I say a friend say heavy crude heavy oil and I say what the diesel and I say what the light crude. These are the 4 ways.
Yeah.
Because of the absence of natural gas in what the any no film. The others no, you can see a diesel they are a refined product.
Okay.
And then born
Okay.
And he was trying to say the type of fuel now and cat and mre I was say you to me fuel no fuel na aka no we just have 5 hours of that left.
Okay.
Now let me state this way. Do you know sir the first 3 months of the economy the first 3 months of the economy after expenditure after an election is planned by the previous government. Expenditure in advance of appropriation.
Exactly.
It is done in November. So did they fail? They didn't even prepare so to have enough cheap fuel to make sure the lights were on.
So the lights are staying on because of
the expensive nature with which that is why they came up with that big price tag say even in this short interim time because we don't have time to import them because light crude may be 2 weeks from Nigeria.
Okay.
But light crude it's a very expensive product. So and that's to keep the lights on. I just want to offer that clarification.
Okay. Frank Frimpong, my member of the president's travel and the presidential jet issue.
Okay. Before the move 10 seconds on lawyer submission. I believe irrespective of our diverse political ideologies, we still all believe in one thing.
Exactly.
Ghana needs to be reset. I think he acceded to that.
He believes in upgrade.
Yes,
not reset.
Oh no. You how do you believe in upgrade when you've not reset your base? So if this is the case here, to say President Mahama 80 years, Trump 4 years, but immediately he came to office, he began doing something, and Mahama is asking for time. I think I humbly don't agree with that because I saw what to damn so what I was said yet and I always said in say Nasa or Kanaso, Mibame, Simbame, so better than was a real and so if that's in that small time for that economic dialogue, I think it's in the right direction.
Okay.
Probably said the outcome will yield the expected results.
Okay.
Now going to the presidential jet and we me share a topic now has the minority been able to force the president to use the president? It's neither here or there.
Okay.
Because constitutionally, mandated. Say president to the government should provide for him.
Okay. And
then part of the provision is the presidential jet.
But he wasn't using.
He wasn't using no using. That's the question. President Mahama the second time by wedi and own using. It's a question that we need to ask and answer. So say what started EU, so I think it's the right thing now. Now me I don't believe say a minority for now it pushing no to me then use because of minority phone pushing and call use the mandate.
Okay.
The mandate so also use presidential jet, and I believe say they gave an relief say now it need a good shape.
Okay.
It was taken out for some repairs. So in that time, so any good condition.
All right.
The safety is of paramount importance.
Because former defense minister Beka said it is in good shape. Or also in a position to tell whether it's in good shape or not. That's why.
But was he able to prove it? When he was counter-asked, was he able to prove that it was in good shape?
With what?
Say, was it not Nichu? No, Beka said the jet was in a good state.
Yeah.
And because they used one day, and I believe he was counter-asked.
Yeah.
He should prove it. Was he able to prove it? Very good. So you see, if you cannot prove it, why do you allege it? The only say, I didn't know any for public consumption. Why are we discussing it here? Okay, if part of the issue, at stake, is not for public consumption, lawyer no here. On me, lawyer. Are they here for public consumption? Why should part be put in the public domain?
Okay,
because it's not asem so near the bua.
Yeah,
you say asem any dance it be near day. You try to dance here. And I believe say na adena from so. At that time, the minority should not take credit for it. So piano more presidential mandate.
Lawyer, the issue of presidential is it even important for a matter of discussion every now and then?
Yes, Sadiq. Very important.
Okay.
I think last week the became one some was Emma Minia Penny Griffith say the state of the aircraft not the bay of my language. Also, you see, opposition now yeah, but my constructive criticism so yeah man say NDC for the na or more just for power sake, also discuss your boss.
Yeah.
What is say obi ebi na no say John Mahama president and the yeah, sorry, you know more boss no. Obi ankansa e ya sojafo omo discretion e na akoso de akoso a ye nkan sa
yeah
yakoto aba e wo asojafo shooting kokoso e bi wuye no ese akofo the wicked man and we ku why because he's the commander in chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. We MPP and kosa line no because he say enye proper. You see, so we are going to give them a very good opposition and constructive one. You see, and a whole statement, you're releasing a whole statement from the presidency regarding the aircraft and its usage.
Okay.
I don't know issue statement. What what's the aircraft no say any papa and answer and from so on within 1 week and I'm with the affection more fix maka problem and watch the then defense minister who is in charge of the aircraft about parliament Aba beche say from so be any aircraft now. Sabrano or some from so no. You are alleging some from so you he who alleges must prove. It's the NDC who say no problem aircraft no one. As I say omo one chest a problem you hand over amomo.
Actually NDC anka say problem or home but omo see omo waiting for detailed report.
So I'm coming from a certain mini from Pong.
Yeah.
And come award is here didn't come. Until I'm say NDC say so if you give the if clause then you mean say any certain says anomoka.
Yeah.
But last week the key one can last week one can say exact say be saying it here na say e be ana enti no enti kwa na mama ho no so if say problem ho a yes say o ka problem na e wo ho enti we enti mi amfa ntu kwa NDC for na say better say mo hand over mind ya hu ABC wo you see say ya me ya no aminimu ankasa enkaja attachment and e fly
to the way sure say minority na compare.
Oh exactly. Okay. Exactly because why I didn't think they take key the then defense minister who's a Casa Parliament to come out and speak. It means that at the end of taking a certain stage beer na here say can want some also wakwakofa say attachment at no cost to the state there and you often channel off any eduma.
You still demand say almost show how much was involved in using Jata.
We need to know and we need to pay Jata cement.
Also free.
Baby, there is nothing like frigate. I know the last year back was him. Jatasment, mimi case they say. Jatasment on President Muhammad Bush new. I'm not best saying because Ibrahim Mahama is different from Jatasment.
Yeah.
Ibrahim Mahama President John Mahama Ninia. Say the jet no dia mana a different case.
But one with the registration of the jet and
use the word Jatasment.
Okay.
It's not enough for me to know say because President Mahama Ninia personal jet there.
Can it dinner bell?
But more letter no dia back out no. And after mo say ne brother na ne company tebi ye mu man sa. Eti Jatasment Ghana di Jatasment kasi ntiana because ye ntimi emetna Kroimu Emma Afei, Bibia Cement will be an enco Jatasment. But one of Yanyasibo Iron Ross. Now, you were elephant day. Intimisa, into a cabin, a woman. A cabin of one family, now by Nintia, Nangaza Jatasment, and I
reject it. I say, are you free? No,
and you're free.
Okay,
I'm more man,
even if he writes official.
It is all free now or the Mayan. So I'm not be free.
Yeah.
Until your sister will receive will be as a gift. Your gift will be a cotuan tax.
Okay.
Your cotuan tax and
Mampany in tax according to
or no in particular say or no Mampany. There are so many issues surrounding that thing to do and your papa.
Okay.
So the idea church me say Amekasa can say the chain. Seki Amekasa ni say the chain. Yeah, tim no you should have Febako. Now if you say 1 trillion, money na monfa ko Jatasment or the work say Mojemi aircraft, you be a responsible opposition. You be putting them on their toes. We will not allow them to rule this country. Said your Mwankasa penny bia.
Thank you very much, lawyer KK Sebe. Osakwame, abomu jama, we say the modi more package ata for presidential. Na say no problem be any ho.
They can me correct bibi kakra. Yanka say jet no problem. You can say the military is yet to furnish the government with the state of the aircraft. Okay. And this we did not say verbally, it is in writing. Which I keep a year. It is in writing. Said the military has not furnished the government with the state of the aircraft.
All right.
And with my engineering background, I've said, you see, this is very, very, very similar to a Juma Mayepen.
Yeah.
With my engineering background, I was an engineer on a ship.
Okay.
So Captain Kase, what is the state of readiness of, let's say, main 2 engine? I cannot just go and say, right, sir, the engine is a. There are some periodic checks that I have to do.
Okay.
And when I finish, then I declare it's a. They said, doctor, who compared to my doctor say, you say, medical report to bra. Doctor, don't mean when him say, oh, you mean, oh, Casanti, no, okay, no, true. Or so, if you cramp or so, or your lab test, baby, so come military. Results need to be crabby debate series. And you know, military, no, you're more on 4. Say 1 month mean Canada direct or so almost your checks. Yet to assume former defense minister made the BM credit because so be the idea we are a politician or not the ISC will be here. There's a video around that or say the entire Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo, His Excellency, former President of the Republic. I'm for Sir aircraft into Quine was because it has had 2 major engine failures. And yet the same aircraft as have you seen that video? Who was that video? No. Or say, the reason why he wasn't using it is because my reason is you know I strike him and say it has had 2 major engine failures.
There were issues. Yeah, there were issues.
Or say man penny flies baby obegari nim 20 min free airport unko business meeting straight. I don't know can you. These are some of the
native kasa or say no na NDC propaganda. One kasa gari or say Mampany cannot freshen up.
Na freshen up in freshen up.
But so na uka gari but freshen up can entail a lot.
I've seen the video.
Okay.
Okay. I've seen the video. These were said on the floor of Parliament. You can't hide it.
Yeah.
Okay. And let us indicate say nyame nchadie say ekoba ne say I say military know the state of the aircraft about. And I say so Mampani feel comfortable say Odibetu Kwaya. There's nothing wrong with that. The other one, you know, say MPP for the car and wasem. And now see okay. Presidential jet need to choir That is the type of president we need in this country. Okay. And that is the type of president for the past 8 years we have not had. And the appeal could be. Also, we've lost this election because of Nana Adudan Kwakufado. He wasn't listening to anybody for the first time. MP4 Akukudam. That's original say change your finance minister. I'm just telling you. He didn't listen.
Because he's a listener.
I'm just saying that. Okay. I'm not saying say a friend say. I'm just trying to tell you that.
Okay.
It is very likely, sir. Military no. Say the state of the and I sure say it is on sat in military language. It is on sat for traveler. It's not fit for full duty. They would have used it. It means that he has received a report that says it's okay. So he's using it. But I'm just saying that let us assume, sir, that was not even the case. That's a man for a can't want some what here. There's nothing wrong with that. A friend say, Papa no, Papa no. Many you can say, yes, sin another drunk when you come for do election. We are not saying that. We are saying he hasn't investigated it. And it's true. It is true. We never said say a friend say another Kufado and a Kumkrofon. But see, during his reign, these are things that for the first time in our election, during his reign, we have had killings. We have had people known and I was you not at a commission of inquiry a white paper by while publishing so it was televised live on national TV.
Presidential jet in
I'm just trying to tell you, no presidential jet in Okofa. What do you wake up for mobile? It was about presidential jet in Okoka say, one can say President Mahama Neku for now. Can say, Yan Casa for the Neku, Debbie, Bonko 2 baby. Okay, every call him Toto. So, but the point is that, so Obiya Bonia. That's a war, the buck stops with you. Deal with it. If you don't deal with it, you say, Penina, what's not a firma, a friend say, and come a collaborate, Nankano, you can Nankano for Adam. What I will be?
Okay.
Make out that's the point we are making.
That's the point he's making. And any adibesi, you better Munina Master lawyer KK Sebesa so and Amiza Franco so from a communication director for GUM. GUM I said this year, Mama Ibeimo. Shada Beimo. Now, they say not come third force, but Chada Babeimo. And it's able to so near my.
Do you know, sir? A political party, a third, the baby apart from MVP and DC. If it is indeed a political party, I have spoiled ballot. Sport ballot.
Sport ballot asem and yet you see Opia with reason or the tunaba. Opia with reason or the tunaba. Obi say no. Mama me agree say ye na ye to abana na wase. Obi said that because
28
some ankwa e no bi be hu some anto aba. Ebufo nkofo mu ebe mu a obi o ho ate say ye nkofo ebi say na
papa ink ne keke
ebufo wo kwa ya ka so ma nkwa manya asem me papa se nkoto aba me kwakoto na me ni obi a meto ama no ebi na MP ne president person oto president onim de oto ama no eti ye hu say nipa no do omo sheda do no nye say bia ye nima ba ne to sa
That supports my point. So the third post
and the bear say you will nipa more. I want to there to about say no done.
And you say yeah, I'm on your phone. You to your name because and your man I no Ghana phone do binum or more any so we need to rethink. Na ye ntina na many abrese.